Meanwhile, announced plans to build a new 4-story structure to replace a Quezon City high school that burned down last weekend. He says the remnants of the San Francisco High School will be demolished to give way to a bigger building with more classrooms and facilities. An electrical fire was blamed for the school's destruction.
Philippine President Marcos Jr. is optimistic the national government can shoulder the full cost of his administration's Cheaper Rice program. The chief executive announced in his weekly podcast that his administration is now studying how to remove the burden from local government units and make the 20 peso per kilo rice program available to all Filipinos. The subsidized rice is currently available only to vulnerable sectors and minimum wage workers.
Since our production is already going up, bababa ang cost of production. That's why I'm so confident masabi sustainable. Kasi basta ipatuloy natin, magbigay tayo ng makinarya sa farmer, magpagandahin natin lahat ng irrigation natin, mag-research tayo sa IRI, sa UPLB, kung ano yung magagandang bagong variety, ano yung mga planting techniques na mga bago, para lumaki gumanda ng production side natin.
Philippine President Marcos Jr. says the government may provide fuel subsidies if oil prices spike due to the Israel-Iran war. He says these will be granted to sectors which will be severely affected by potential price hikes. World oil prices have jumped about 10% since Israel launched attacks on Iran last Friday.
We're starting already with the assumption that the oil prices will in fact go up, and I cannot see how it will not. Because the Straits of Hormuz will then be blocked if it escalates. The oil cannot come out of its sources, so the prices will certainly be affected. If you remember during the pandemic, lalong-lalo na yung mga nagpapasada, yung mga paramihan na buhay naman sila, bigyan natin ng fuel subsidies. Now we will have to do the same for those who are severely affected, stakeholders, by any instability in the price of oil.
The government facility to detect scams and other online threats will be rebuilt by the new chief of the Philippine Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center. Aboy Paraiso announced plans to revive the Threat Monitoring Center, which had been dismantled shortly after it was used in the recently concluded May elections. Paraiso says it will focus on detecting online scams and AI abuse once it's fully operational. The Marcos Jr. administration earlier reminded government officials not to spread disinformation online. The appeal was made after Senator Ronald De La Rosa shared an AI-generated interview of students supposedly objecting to the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte.
The Philippine government breaks ground for the country's first National Forensics Institute. The facility is seen as a major step in transforming the Philippine justice system. The groundbreaking ceremony at the Manila campus of the University of the Philippines was led by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla. The Forensics Institute building is expected to be completed in 2 years. A forensic medicine program supporting this initiative will be launched within this year by UP Manila's College of Medicine.
The National Forensic Institute will contribute to strengthening our domestic accountability mechanisms, addressing grave human rights violations, particularly extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, and torture.
Ang mahirap kasi dati sa bansa natin, ang mga conclusions ay based on presumptions. Dito, sigurado na. Sigurado kung bakit, sigurado kung anong kinamatay, sigurado kung, at saka sigurado yung mga scientific evidence para sa conviction or acquittal ng mga suspects natin.
The spokespersons of the Philippine House of Representatives and the Senate Impeachment Court trade barbs over the impending trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. The court spokesman questions why House prosecutors won't comply with its requirements. The House spokesperson insists some of these requirements have no basis in the Constitution. Victoria Tulad has tonight's top story.
The impeachment court is expecting the defense team of Vice President Sara Duterte to file a motion to dismiss as her answer to the summons issued to her, according to spokesperson attorney Reginald Tonggol. This after the Vice President's lawyers submitted an appearance ad cautelam on June 16 to the impeachment court.
Kung ayaw kong sumagot doon sa specific na mga complaint sa akin, paghahain ako ng motion to dismiss. Usually po, isa yan sa mga arsenal para wag kagad magpatuloy ang proceeding sa korte. Kasi po, questionin yung jurisdiction.
If not a motion to dismiss, Tonggol expects the defense to file an answer with affirmative defense questioning the jurisdiction.
Based on experience po, para po yung parang equation po yan sa ang ating litigation process. Parang equation po, pag sinabi mo 1 plus 1, alam mo na kagad na 2 yun. So, ganoon din po dito, pag nag-file ka ng ad cautelam, alam mo na kagad na yun yung possible na tactic ng depensa.
The defense has until June 23 to give its answer, while the prosecutors have until June 30 to reply.
Nakalagay po sa Senate impeachment rules na magpapatuloy pa rin po ang impeachment process kahit na hindi po sumagot, hindi mag-file ng answer. At magpe-presenta pa rin yung prosecution panel ng ebidensya, pero na-waive na po nung respondent yung kanyang karapatan para maghain naman po ng defense niya.
Tonggol blasted the House of Representatives for criticizing the impeachment court instead of giving what is required from them, particularly